Hello, welcome to Web of Stories. My name is Melinda. I am here with the tag for Tag Tuesday. I thought I had done this tag, and then I realized that this was the tag when I was doing it a few weeks ago. In the middle of the tag, my husband realized he forgot to pick my son up from something, so there was like this big, huge thing in the middle of my husband like, it was all this little thing. And then like I trashed it because of that whole thing. And I just didn't get a chance to redo it. So when I went, I'm going to do a tag to catch up, I realized this one had never gotten published, but I had deleted the original. If that makes any sense. So now I'm going to do it again. And this is the Would You Rather tag. And I was tagged by the Book Buds. I was tagged like over a month ago. Sorry about that. But I did actually film it in time. I just, there were things that happened. And this was created by Bookish Drummer. So I will tag both Book Buds and Bookish Drummer on this. And there are 10 prompts. And let's get going. So the first one is, would you rather be able to reread your favorite book once every 10 years or be forced to read your least favorite book once a year? So I'm confused by this question. Would you rather only be able to reread your favorite book once every 10 years? Does that mean that that's the only thing you can read? Like once every 10 years, you get to read this one book again? Or does it mean you can only reread that book once every 10 years? So if it's scenario number one, then I'd rather read my least favorite book once a year and then be able to read other things. But if it's scenario two, where I can still read other things, I can just only reread that favorite book once every 10 years, I'll choose that one. I don't get a chance to reread as much as I do, so not being able to do it that often is not a big loss to me. So, question 2, would you rather be forced to get rid of all your books by your favorite author or get rid of your entire library besides your favorite author? I know which one my husband would choose on this one, which would be he would say, get rid of your entire library. Then I'll quit asking for bookshelves. But no, that's not going to happen. I think I would probably go, because I have so many favorite authors, I can't choose just one. So it'd be easiest to say, I'll just get rid of one of them and then keep the rest. That makes sense. I think that's what I would do. Again, if you haven't seen my video on Saturday, this whole mess is because of this. I couldn't style my hair, so sorry. Every time I look at myself in the camera, I'm like, ugh. Anyway, question 3, would you rather only be able to read very short books, less than 300 pages, or very long books, 700 pages? I'm not super tied either way on this one, but I would probably say short books because I could read different stories. I could have a wider variety of stories in my reading. But I like to read short books. I like to read long books. I like to read medium-sized books. I'm very versatile that way. Question 4, would you rather your favorite series get a terrible adaptation or never be adapted? Never be adapted. I actually am not a huge fan of adaptations anyway. Sometimes they work out and sometimes they just don't. And sometimes that's not even that they're bad. It's just, that's not what I wanted. Case in point, the movie adaptation of Wild. I love the book by Cheryl Strayed, Wild, but that movie, there's nothing wrong with the movie. It just isn't what I wanted. I didn't want that. I didn't want it. I just didn't want it. So I would say just no, just don't adapt them. Movie makers, think up your own dang stories for once. Okay, question 5. Would you rather an unfinished series have a terrible ending or remain unfinished forever? Ooh, that is a hard one. I'm going to say I would rather it remain unfinished forever. Again, not super tied to this one because if it finishes badly, I could just not read the last book. But if it remains unfinished forever, the door is always open. So I think I'd go for that one. Okay, number 6. Would you rather cut your reading time in half or cut your book buying budget in half? You seem to think I stick to a budget. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I hope my husband doesn't see that. I would say cut my budget in half because there's always libraries. There are always libraries. And there's always library sales where you can get cheap books. Although I did not go to my library sale because I have too many books. But, there you go. I would cut my budget in half and then use my library more. This is a tough one. Would you rather be forced to listen to audiobooks at 3 times speed or listen to audiobooks at half time speed? Those are both nightmares in my book. Just like the other ones, I'm like, I don't really care either way. No, I don't want either of these. These just are horrible to me. If I gun to my head, if I was forced to do one or the other, I would say listen to books. I don't even know. I guess I would say 3 times speed if I could work up to it. Like if I could work up to it, maybe I could do 3 times speed, but I don't think I'm patient enough to do half time speed at all under any circumstance. I've only ever had to slow a book down speed-wise once or twice. I can't remember if it's once or twice because it was Carrie Fisher had 3 memoirs, and there were some that Carrie Fisher, as we know, struggled with mental illness. She was bipolar. And some of these were recorded when she was on a high and some were recorded when she was low. And I can't remember the breakdown. But the ones where she recorded on a high, I actually had to slow down. But the other ones I had to speed up. So I guess speed up, but man, I'd hate that. Number 8, would you rather be able to read physically or only be able to listen to only be able to read physically or only to be able to listen to audiobooks? I'm going to interpret this as only being able to read with my eyes as opposed to physical books versus ebooks. So I'm putting ebooks and physical books together, and I would say that. I do prefer reading with my eyes more than reading with my ears. I just do. Now, if you're taking physical books, like actual physical books, that's a little bit harder because I have eye issues and sometimes it's hard to read physical books and I need my e-reader to make that hunkin' huge font. But yeah, so there you go. But I still don't even know in that case if I would do audiobooks only. There are books that are great audiobooks. And there are books that are great books, but they just don't work for me on audio. So yeah, I guess I would rather read physical books, be only allowed to read physical books. Okay, number 9. Would you rather be stuck reading a mix of 3 and 4-star books or read a mix of 1 and 5-star books? So I would say 3 and 4 because 3 and 4 in my rating system, those are good books. Like a 4 is a really highly recommended book and a 3 is still a recommended book. Whereas 5, yes, a 5 is an all-time favorite, but a 1 is a book I wish I DNF'd. So I would definitely go for the 3 and 4 stars. And number 10, would you rather only watch your favorite booktuber or watch everyone besides your favorite booktuber? So this is a lot like the one about getting rid of books by your favorite author or everything but your favorite author. And I'm going to fall back to the same thing as I love so many booktubers that I don't have one favorite. So I'm going to say I would rather watch everyone besides your favorite because I don't have that one favorite. So yeah, that's what I would do on that one. So finally, tag some folks. I'm going to, sorry, hit my thing. I'm going to use my out-of-date thing here. I don't know who's done this or not. It's, as I said, it's been a while. So if you've already done it, consider these shout outs more than tags. But of course, if you have already been tagged, if you haven't already been tagged and you want to do this, please do. But otherwise, consider these shout outs. Just go visit these channels because they're awesome channels. And I pulled 3 randomly. The first one is Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading. We all know Kelly. Kelly is great. And then we have Ellen at Ellen Made a Book Club. That woman is so organized when it comes to book challenges, like her own personal book challenges. I just watched a video that she did where she went through all of the different challenges she did and how I was like, I'm amazed. You're far more organized than I am. And finally, Angelia at Read and Reread. Again, these are shout outs, not necessarily tags, but if you want to do the tag, that's great. Go ahead and do it. It's taken me so long to do this one, or it's taken me so long to redo this one, that I don't know who's done it and who hasn't. So there you go. Anyway, that is my tag for this week. I need to catch up on tags. I've been trying to the one I want to do is the Great Gatsby 100th anniversary tag, but I'm having trouble answering some of the prompts. That's why I haven't done that one yet. But I'm hoping to do that one soon. So maybe you will see it sooner rather than later. Anyway, like, subscribe, join my Discord, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.